What's up, guys? Today's mission is going to be to get this project car out of the shed, well, not the shed, but the little covering that I have, and get it back on the road. It needs to be driven some, but for me to be able to drive it, I'm going to need to accomplish a couple things. First of all, it looks really bad right now. It's been sitting a long time. It's gathered a lot of dust and debris, so we're going to be trying to clean this up. Mind you, it is borderline 100 degrees in direct sunlight right now, so it's gonna be slow moving, but we're gonna try to get it cleaned up. And then the other thing that we need to do to be able to drive it is we got to get the air conditioning working again. The AC in this car does work, but it leaks, and normally if I charge it, it'll last a good 2 or 3 months. So we're going to charge it after that, but first of all, I got to get this thing cleaned up. Really quick, I just want to jump in here before we finish this video and show you something else new that I found that you guys can use when you're doing repairs on your cars, and that is emanual.com. Let me show you that. This is what you get from their service. You get this. Is basically factory service manuals for whatever vehicle you need. To show you an example here, we're going to look up the 2007 Grand Prix. And just like this, now you've got the copies of the owner's manual, you've got the owner's manual supplement, warranty books, you've got the service manual, which is the part that I want to show you right now. And with this now, you can look at, okay, let's say you're doing something to the brakes, like for example, say you're doing hydraulic parts and you want to know the repair instructions on how to do a master cylinder. Right here you have got diagrams, you have got removal and installation instructions. This will give you torque specs for bolts. This will give you basically everything you would need to know to complete whatever kind of repair you're trying to do. And once again, to look at another one, here's a hose replacement. This will show you where the hoses are, how they come off, everything that you would need to know right there. It's a really cool alternative to something like AllData, which I use a lot but is expensive. So I just wanted to show you guys that, and there is a link to where to get this down in the description. They did offer me an affiliate link for this. They did not pay me anything to tell you guys about this. I just think it's a pretty good service, and so check out that link down in the description and check these out for yourself. But I think they are very cool and they're not very expensive. So if you don't have something like AllData, this is a great alternative. So it rained me out washing the car. I did get a little bit of it washed, though. It looks better than it did. Now we're going to be charging the AC. I've got my gauges out. I've got it hooked to the low pressure side, and it is just about empty. So what I'm going to do, I've got this little air pump, just a cheap air pump that I got from Harbor Freight. I'm going to hook air to this side. It's going to pull a vacuum on the AC system. I'm going to let it pull a vacuum for a few minutes, and then once we do that, we're going to start recharging it. So I've given it a few minutes. I've pulled it down into a vacuum and it's held it. So now the reason why you do that, you always pull a vacuum on one if you think there's any chance air's been in it, because A, you want to get the air out, and B, you want to evaporate any moisture that might be in those lines. So that's done now. I'm going to go ahead and charge it. I'm not going to hook up the high pressure side because on this car it's kind of hard to get to the way I've got this all run, and I don't really need it to charge it. So that's the next thing we're going to do, is we're going to put some Freon in this, crank it up, full blast the AC, see what we can get out of it. And that's it. It is charged up. Pressures are where they're supposed to be, and I've got cold air coming out the vents. So this car is officially back in action. It is ready to be driven on the road again. I'm going to probably take it out today and drive it around some. Question is, where would you guys like to see this car first? The dyno again, or back at the drag strip? Because I'm definitely looking to do both. I don't know which one I'm going to be able to do in what order, but we're going to find out what all these mods did to this thing now that I can drive it again. So that's going on. It is really hot, so I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and